Good evening. Today I will be putting you through on the health hazards that we get from using our telephones. We talk about the strength test always. We test the strength while you're using your telephone, and people wonder why the hand keeps falling down. I'm going to show you medically what happens when the phone is just beside your ear. You have a phone. You're making a call, it's beside the ear. That phone stays directly at this position. And what does it do? Within our midbrain, we have the organ we call the pineal body. You can see the red body here at this age. The pineal body releases a particular hormone we call the melatonin. This is a neurotransmitter. The pineal body itself gives this neurotransmitting sequence into the whole brain. When the signal, neurotransmitters are responsible for signalization of our memory and coordination. And when this signalization has a problem, it means we'll have prone risk for developing the gliomas or tumor of the brain under a long exposure. Why is this so important to understand? The pineal body releases melatonin such that at night it will accumulate to let us sleep at night normally. You keep wondering why at night you sleep normal. Why don't you stay awake all the whole day? Why? Because the accumulation of the melatonin coming out from the pineal body has been accumulated to let you rest at night. That's why you have a normal sleep cycle. But whenever you're making a call, for every single minute call, 1,000 brain cells get agglutinated. It means you stop within a minute the release of the neurotransmitter that is used to coordinate your sensation. And when this neurotransmitter is released from the pineal body, the melatonin itself, it goes well. But when you have the phone beside the ear, the melatonin release is inhibited, it's stopped. By stopping the neurotransmission down to this organ, which we call the cerebellum. The cerebellum is the organ that is responsible for the balance. That's what we say, cerebellum is responsible for the muscle coordination. And this cerebellum, when it doesn't have the neurotransmitting hormone, melatonin, that is required, then you lose the strength of the coordination. That is what we test when we make the strength test to you while using the telephone. I will demonstrate exactly what I've explained to you from when I will invite the friend that will use to show you this. Please, thank you and be with us. As I was saying earlier, this is the point of the pineal body where we have the pineal body. The release of the neurotransmission goes into the cerebellum. The red one represents the cerebellum. Again, the cerebellum is responsible for the muscle coordination of our body. Now, I have invited a friend, which I'll be showing to you the levels of this test. Welcome, Mr. Victor. Please, could you place your hand by the side as if he's answering a call, and I'll stretch your arm. I will use my full hand. My full hand is called the power 5 because I'm using my full 5 fingers. I'll try to bring him down. The strength is still there because there is muscle coordination of the cerebellum. Why is that coordination? Because the cerebellum is receiving the neurotransmission, which is the melatonin. This is a phone that does not have the protector that we have from Coral Health, called the Neitronik. This phone doesn't have it. Same way, I will ask him to put the same phone. Why did I do the first test to put his hand? Such that he won't tell me that his hand, because his hand is like this, that's why his hand is going down now, the other hand. Now, please, Victor, put your phone. Thank you. This is a phone, and I'm not going to use the power 5. I'm going to use 2 fingers. Victor, please stop me like before. He cannot. 2 fingers. Stop me, please. Stop me. Make sure you stop me. He cannot. 2 fingers. Why did I use 2 fingers? Power 2, power 5 is different. This is a phone that has Neitronik. I will give, because what has happened to him, the coordination, why he couldn't stop me, the coordination from the pineal body, the release of melatonin, which is a neurotransmitter, has been stopped. And that's why he couldn't stop me. The strength is reduced. Then, please give me this phone that is unprotected, and you should hold this phone. This phone has Neitronik. So we'll do the same test. I'll use the same power. You see? There is control because there is a protector. This phone without Neitronik, there was no protection. That's why I encourage you, don't joke with your health. Technology is good for us, but we must use that technology safely. To stay healthy, always be covered. Thank you.